Cowboys fans, hold on to your hats. Jerry Jones just dropped a bomb on the NFL. 2 Pro Bowl stars are heading to Dallas in a shocking 3-team trade. Josh Allen and DJ Moore are suiting up in silver and blue, and the league is on notice. Is this the move that finally brings the Lombardi back to Big D? Buckle up, Cowboys Nation, we're breaking down every angle of this game-changing deal. Hey Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are bringing you the hottest Cowboys news and NFL updates. Before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our breaking news. Alright, let's get right into it because we've got some massive news that's shaking up the NFL landscape. The Dallas Cowboys have just pulled off a blockbuster trade that's sending shockwaves through the league. We're talking a 3-team deal involving the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Carolina Panthers, and of course our Dallas Cowboys. Now, I know you're all dying to know who's involved, so let's break it down. The Cowboys are acquiring not 1, but 2 star players in this deal. From the Jaguars, we're getting their Pro Bowl edge rusher Josh Allen, and from the Panthers, we're landing their dynamic wide receiver DJ Moore. I can already hear the excitement in at T Stadium. This is a game-changing move that addresses 2 of our biggest needs heading into the upcoming season. Let's dive into the details and what this means for America's team. First up, Josh Allen. This guy is an absolute beast on the defensive line. At just 25 years old, he's already made 2 Pro Bowls and has racked up 40.5 sacks in his 5-year career. Last season, he had a career-high 17.5 sacks, proving he's entering his prime. Pairing him with Micah Parsons? That's a quarterback's worst nightmare right there. Now, let's talk about DJ Moore. This is the deep threat we've been missing since Amari Cooper left. Moore has 3 1,000-yard seasons under his belt and is known for his ability to create separation and make tough catches in traffic. Imagine him lining up alongside CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. Dak Prescott must be grinning from ear to ear right now. But wait, there's more to this deal. The Cowboys aren't just getting these 2 stars for free. As part of the trade, we're sending our 2024 first-round pick to the Jaguars, our 2025 second-round pick to the Panthers, and veteran cornerback Jordan Lewis is heading to Jacksonville. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, that's a lot to give up, and you're right, it is. But let me tell you why this trade makes perfect sense for the Cowboys. First off, we're in win-now mode. We've got a talented roster with players in their prime, and our window for a Super Bowl run is wide open. By adding Allen and Moore, we're addressing our 2 biggest weaknesses from last season: pass rush consistency and a reliable deep threat in the passing game. Let's start with the impact Josh Allen will have on our defense. Last year, we struggled at times to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks, especially when Micah Parsons was double-teamed. Allen changes that dynamic completely. He's a true edge rusher who can win one-on-one matchups and command attention from offensive lines. Imagine this: Micah Parsons on one side, Josh Allen on the other, and DeMarcus Lawrence rotating in. That's a pass rush that will give offensive coordinators nightmares and make our already solid secondary even better. We're talking about potential league-leading sack numbers here, folks. Now, let's shift to the offensive side of the ball and talk about DJ Moore. We all know Dak Prescott has the arm talent to push the ball downfield, but last season, we lacked a consistent deep threat to stretch defenses. Moore solves that problem and then some. DJ Moore isn't just a deep threat, he's a complete receiver. He can run every route in the tree, has great hands, and is a yards after catch monster. Pairing him with CeeDee Lamb gives us arguably the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. And don't forget about Brandon Cooks in the slot. This receiving core is going to be a nightmare for opposing defenses to match up against. But here's where it gets really interesting. The addition of Moore doesn't just help our passing game, it's going to open up our running game too. With defenses forced to respect our deep passing threat, we're going to see a lot more favorable boxes for Tony Pollard to run against. We could be looking at a top 5 offense in both rushing and passing next season. Now, I know some of you are wondering about the salary cap implications of this trade. It's a valid concern, but here's the good news: both Allen and Moore are still on their rookie contracts. Allen is entering the 5th-year option of his deal, while Moore has 2 years left on the extension he signed with the Panthers. This gives us a 2-year window with these players at a relatively affordable price. It also gives us time to work out long-term extensions if they perform well. The Cowboys front office has shown they can be creative with the cap, and this move proves they're all in on competing for a Super Bowl. Speaking of the front office, we've got to give a huge shout-out to Jerry and Stephen Jones for pulling this off. They've been criticized in the past for being too conservative in trades and free agency, but this move shows they're willing to be aggressive when the right opportunity presents itself. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What does this mean for some of our current players? Well, the addition of Josh Allen likely means we'll see Dorrance Armstrong and Sam Williams in more rotational roles. This isn't a bad thing. It keeps our pass rushers fresh and allows us to bring relentless pressure all game long. On the offensive side, the DJ Moore acquisition might impact Michael Gallup's role. Gallup has been a solid contributor for us, but he's coming off an injury-plagued season, and Moore is simply a more dynamic player at this point. Don't be surprised if we see Gallup's name come up in trade rumors as we get closer to the season. Now, Cowboys Nation, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this trade? Are you excited about Josh Allen terrorizing opposing quarterbacks? Can you imagine the highlight reel plays DJ Moore is going to make with Dak throwing him the ball? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate what this trade symbolizes. It's a clear message from the Cowboys organization that they believe this team can win a Super Bowl, and they're willing to take big swings to make it happen. This is the kind of aggressive move that can shift the balance of power in the NFC. We've been knocking on the door for years now, making the playoffs but falling short of that elusive 6th Lombardi trophy. With this trade, we're not just knocking anymore, we're kicking the door down. The Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, and the rest of the NFC contenders are on notice. The Cowboys are coming, and we're coming in hot. All right, Cowboys fans, that's all for this breaking news update. Remember, this is just the beginning. We'll be closely monitoring how Josh Allen and DJ Moore integrate into our team during OTAs and training camp. Make sure you're subscribed to America's Team Talk for all the latest updates, analysis, and exclusive content. Before you go, let me know in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about this trade, and what do you think our record will be next season with these new additions? Remember, how about them Cowboys? We'll see you in the next video.